Merciful was born at Amathus as the son of Epiphanius, the governor of Cyprus. At the wish of his parents, he entered into marriage and had children too. But his wife and children died soon. Then he entered the religious life. He was into fasting and prayers. He had great love for those around him. After the death of Patriarch Theodore, John was appointed the Patriarch of Alexandria by the Emperor of Egypt. As the Patriarch, the first step he took was to get a list of several thousand needy people in his province. He always referred the poor as his lords and masters. He would easily win the love and respect of all his subjects. He was a reformer. He brought meaningful improvements in the religious education. He increased the number of churches from 7 to 70. As the Patriarch of Alexandria, he exercised benevolence on a large scale. Soon he became widely known all over the East for his charity towards the poor. He visited the hospitals 3 times every week and comforted the patients. He freed many slaves from slavery by exercising his authority. He devoted his entire revenue of his see for the betterment of poor and downtrodden. There is an interesting incident. Once, a rich man gifted a magnificent bed covering to John. John accepted it for a night. The next day, he sold it and gave the money in alms to the poor. Realizing this, the rich man brought in another beautiful bed covering and gifted it to John. John sold it again and gave the money in alms to the poor. Again, the rich man presented a beautiful bed covering and gifted it to John. John did the same thing. This was repeated several times. Then John smilingly remarked, "We will see who tires first." Once, Saint John the Merciful was compelled to excommunicate a clergyman for his offense. Later, he wanted to summon him and calm him down with his kind words, but it slipped his mind. While he was celebrating divine liturgy, all of a sudden, the incident came to his mind. The word of the gospel passed through his mind. If you bring your gift to the altar and remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift before the altar. First be reconciled with your brother. Then you can offer your gift to the altar. Saint John the Merciful came out of the altar and called the offending clergyman and fell down his knees and asked for his forgiveness. The clergyman filled with remorse. He repented his sins and corrected himself. Saint John the Merciful was always mindful of his soul and death. He knew human life passes over as a shadow. Once, Saint John the Merciful ordered a coffin for himself, but told the craftsman not to finish it. Instead, he asked them to come every feast day and ask as if it is the time to finish it or not. Saint John the Merciful died in Cyprus in between AD 616 and 620. Now, his body lies in St John the Merciful Chapel in St Martin Cathedral in Slovakia. St John the Merciful is also known as St John the Almsgiver. He is the patron saint of Casarano in Italy. He is the patron saint of Cyprus too. His feast is observed on 23rd January every year. St John the Merciful, pray for us.
Holy Trinity, one God,
have mercy on us.
Holy Mary,
pray for us.
Saint John the Baptist,
pray for us.
Saint Peter,
pray
Saint Paul,
pray for us.
Saint Matthew,